What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk lays down the objectives on his intentions in the heavyweight division, and he shows that he is trying to follow in Evander Holyfield's footsteps. Of course, at the 56th annual convention, Usyk in the hotel in a hometown of Kiev was like a kid in a candy store because there was Evander Holyfield, Vladimir Klitschko, and Lennox Lewis, but he was more interested in Evander Holyfield. He told him how happy he was to meet him. He told him that he was following him in his footsteps, and he told him for being the person and thanked him for being the person that he was. He said, I've seen one of his, Holyfield said that I've seen one of his fights, and he's a good boxer, and he's very skilled, and he's very fast. Now, Usyk said that I'm very happy when I'm compared to Evander Holyfield, Usyk said, but I always want to do better than these guys. I want to do better than him. Evander Holyfield has a big heart. He has the heart of a champion, and I know a lot about his history, and it impressed me. He's the best cruiserweight of his era. I was the best of mine. I am excited to meet him and see the next person who was going to step up because records are meant to be broken. Okay, this is what Holyfield said, okay? And I am the first one who ever done it. Become undisputed cruiserweight champion and then undisputed heavyweight champion. He's been undisputed cruiserweight champ, and now he's going to fight the big boys and see if he can do it there too. Of course, Usyk identifies with Evander, the real deal Holyfield, because these guys are smaller guys moving up in weight. And like Holyfield, there were bigger guys. You know, you had George Foreman, which was bigger than Holyfield. You had Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe. All these guys were at least 6'4" up. You know, probably the exception of Foreman, and Foreman was just a big guy. But as far as Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, you know, guys of that nature, these were big guys. Even Hasim Rahman, and Holyfield took him on too. Okay. At the end of the day, he had his head looking like an anvil because of other reasons, but he did take on The Rock, okay? And Usyk also had this to say. He said, today's heavyweights are going to be bigger than him, but it's going to be hard for them to stay with him because he has the speed and the skills. And he also is a southpaw. But until you see a person get hit with some shots and see how they respond, you don't know. But he's always going to be slick. Guys like Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, they got longer arms and they may be stronger, but it's going to be hard for them to stay with him. He's real good, and he's faster than those guys and can get away from their punches. Now, those are the words from Evander Holyfield. And Evander Holyfield was a warrior. You know, he was that guy. He played possum a lot of times. When you thought he was hurt, he was just waiting for you to punch yourself out, but he was able to withstand your punches. Now, mind you something, Evander Holyfield was a smaller guy. He took those punches. He weathered the storm. He played like he was hurt. You know, that was dangerous for a lot of reasons. For one, you could be hurt, severely hurt, but for two, you have to worry about the referee stopping the fight if you're taking too many unanswered punches. So playing possum isn't always the best option to go these days, okay? But as far as Usyk, his objective is to be the next Evander Holyfield. He has some heavy shoes to fill, okay? Because Evander Holyfield's already done that, okay? Undisputed cruiserweight champion to undisputed heavyweight champion. It could be done. But one thing that I want to add to this, my own counterpunch, with looking at Usyk in this current day age of heavyweights, he is fast, he is smaller, and I think he should use his advantages. One thing we know about Joshua, for example, he has problems with smaller guys, smaller heavyweights, not the big boys, not the guys that he can look eye to eye. He has problems with the guys that are up under him, maybe that eye levels his chest. Okay, those guys give him problems. Now, as far as Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, they're taller, rangier, and they have different styles. But someone like Usyk to Joshua, that'll be a very interesting fight because Usyk's able to get inside those punches of Joshua, okay, because they're so conventional. Now, Usyk, it's going to be a interesting journey for him because if he's taking on bigger guys like Fury and the rapid herky-jerky movement of Fury and the devastating punching power of Deontay Wilder, you know, those are going to be fights that are going to be very tedious, but he's going to have to use those fights and then use the speed as well as the combinations to make those guys respect him. Because if he doesn't, they're just going to run right over him, just like Dillian White said he would do to Oleksandr Usyk. Okay, and that's another big heavyweight because Dillian White is 6'4". So there's a plethora of fighters that are on Usyk's target list, and for him making a claim to be the next Evander Holyfield, this looks very interesting, and that's one hell of a challenge. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Usyk's comments along with Holyfield's comments. Do you think Usyk can be the next undisputed heavyweight champion? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.